Welcome, family. Before we get started, I want to let you know about these two open collabs that I am a part of. The first one is Garden Tour Saturday, and the host is Grandma Sandy. She has co hosts with Patricia, growing on Vancouver Island, and also Suffolk Susie are the co hosts, and Grandma Sandy is the host. And what you do is you just share what's going on with your garden. If you don't have a garden, maybe you might have a nice house plant. Whatever your journey is, you can share it. Please do a video and put at Grandma Sandy, and she'll watch it, and we also will watch your video. The second collab I joined is also another amazing collab, and that is share your plant success or disaster stories with Jenita. Well Wishes Gardening. It's a wonderful collab. All you do is share, maybe something great happened with your plant. You share your success. And there might be some disasters where things just didn't go so well. You could also share that and just put at Janita's Well Wishes Gardening and let her know you've joined the collab. And we will also watch your videos. But family, these are both open collabs. Please check them out. Check all these ladies out. They're just amazing. I'll put all their links and their information in the description. But let's get started. All right, we got the crew. Hey, oh, you guys are so cute. Look at little Tommy cleaning his sister's head. That's beautiful. All right, but what a beautiful day. This is Garden Tour Saturday. I am in Sacramento and I am in Zone 9. And today I was thinking about probably transplanting these banana plants. These were the banana pups. They are the dwarf Kavanaugh, and they do produce bananas in their lifetime. I'm going to separate these three, but I wanted to put them together because I had 9. Remember, I had 9 little pups, but with the heat and everything, only 3 survived. And what I did was I decided, because they weren't really, they were okay, but I just, I said, I think I should put these 3 together. So I put these 3 together, because I feel like when they're little, they do better, right? But now they're starting to get a little bit bigger. And I think I'm going to separate them before their roots get too intertwined, this way to be easy transition. Banana plants, they're very, they're touch and go. You have to really watch them. Matter of fact, some people will grow them also inside. They're outdoor, banana plants. They're not trees, they're plants. They're outdoor, but people bring them indoor. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you my indoor banana plant. All right, let's go check it out. Hey, little Tommy. We're going to come in here and take a look at the plant. You coming out? You staying in? All right. See you later. All right. Well, hey, White Paw. I tell you, family, I'm never alone with cats. I tell you, I am never alone. But this is a perfect time to take a look at the banana plant, because normally when I'm home, I move it. See, normally the banana plant will sit right there in the corner, right? And then when I go to work, I have everything open so it gets a lot of light. But it gets more light if I could put it closer to the window, so when I'm home, I have my fans. Because one thing about the banana plants, they like airflow, they like humidity, they like light. They love tropical. They're tropical plants, right? Banana plants are tropical. But you gotta, a lot of people bring plants to certain places and it's not always the best weather for them. I mean, I see people with these plants that are doing videos of in the winter time, they dig up the plant and put them in the garage because they don't do well in the winter, right? So, you got this thing going, because you got to remember, if they're in, like these plants are in Africa, they're in Ethiopia, they have, rainforests, and, they have that humidity, they have that almost like a mist in the air. Like when I was in Florida, I stayed in Florida for probably about a month, and it was amazing how you'd have that humidity and all of a sudden it would start raining and you could feel the heat, but it wasn't real hot. It was probably maybe 80, 85, but it was just a perfect, temperature for a plant actually like this, right? So if you you know, like me, I'm in Sacramento. Like, these are outdoor plants. You can have them indoor. This plant would be outdoor, but it is just so hot right now. It's like 100 and something degrees. They really prefer around 80, 85, right? With some airflow. And you know that dry heat, you ain't getting no air. So it's kind of nice in here, at least having the fans, right? You got the fans going, you got the air going. They're at the window until it starts getting really hot. Then I'll shut things down and, you know, put them, you know, where it's a little cooler. And, you know, he may not get as much light as like right now. But if you can get them at least, you know, 6 hours of some good lighting and just a good airflow. And you don't want to give them a whole lot of water because they don't like it real soaky wet. And they don't like it real dry. So what's really cool about the banana plant is if you just put your finger just in here, if it's moist, leave them alone, right? You see how it's not real dry or real, it's just like right, just enough. You know, you don't want a lot of water in your bottom. This is just overflow, but you don't even want to overflow really on these particular plants because they're, you know, they can get root rot and they're fussy. But one thing about these, you can cut all these off. You can cut all these off and they will grow back as long as it's not root rotted, right? And if you do see a little root rot, but you clean around it, if you see any green, it will come back. It will come back. These plants, I've seen people cut them all the way down. Like, see how this is cut? It will grow back. Another one like this one's coming, another one's coming. So what I love about the banana plant, it's not just the banana plant, it's all tropical plants. They're just beautiful. Like, I just think it's so amazing. Like, look at their leaf. Like, look at how they have like a different color. I just think that's just amazing. And the way they feel. They just feel so nice. The leaves feel nice. They're just like just a hardy All right, plant. family. So that's what I do with my indoor and outdoor banana plants. But anyway, family, let's see what else we can find outside and see what's going on for Garden Tour Saturday. Why, Paul, you enjoying your break? All right. Oh, he's a cutie. He's a cutie. You know what's interesting? Every time I notice when whenever I put compost in my sweet potatoes, and I'm talking about you know, the coffee grounds, you know, banana peels, you know, things like that, you know, eggs and stuff you put in your compost. Whenever I put it in my sweet potato, the sweet potato is this one right here will always have a fit. I mean, he'll just look at him, like he'll lay all down here. Like, see how this one is like full? This one, he lays down. It's like he goes through this whole dramatic look. And I have to come down here and take some of these leaves off and then water him real good. And he's been watered. He's a water hog. And then he'll pop up. He will puff back up, you know, beautifully. You know, all his leaves will look like this. He'll be so beautiful. The minute I put the compost in there, he's like, just laying down like he's dying. I'm like, I remember when I first did, I said, oh my God, what happened? The next day after I watered it, he was fine. And if I do like, you know, if I put, you know, a shake fertilizer in it, no problem. When I put the yeast fertilizer, no problem. But you put that compost, this guy, he has a fit. He acts like he's thirsty, like he's dying. Like, look at him. And like in the morning, he'll look like that again. But it's only this one that does it. I think this one might be I think this is a Japanese sweet potato. This one over here, I think it's a Bogart. It's a different one. So, you know, maybe that's just what they do. So if you give your sweet potato or your potatoes compost, you know, coffee grounds and things like that, and it pitches a fit like that, and you notice it. It's not that they don't like it. They just do that. That particular plant, he just does it. He just fall out. I can see all his roots and everything. He just fall out like, man, you know, like he's dying. But they like it. They thrive, you know. After a few days, like a day, he'll pop up. Like I said, he'll look all full and amazing again. But he just, I don't know. Does it every time, every time. He can have a lot of heat on him and he'll wither. But that's one thing, but I'm talking about the compost. It's a certain look. It's not a withered look. It's just like he just lays, everything lays down. It just, like he's falling out. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, but he's fine. He is fine. That's his personality. That, you know, I think every plant has their own personality, but that's his personality. All the other sweet potatoes, look, they had their compost yesterday. Fine. Look at this one. Fine. These guys thriving fine. This guy fall out. Just dramatic. Yeah, I like to, as you see, I like to pull these. You see these ones here? These are the ones that you know, the bugs get to. You see this? I like to pull these off because when I put the spray in, because I use an organic spray. The good thing is it's organic. It doesn't hurt anybody. The pets, you know, I got all kinds of cats running around here. So I don't want nothing, you know, them to have any problems. But yeah, so, but it only works when it's wet. When it's dried, it doesn't work. So I like to take them off. And like this evening, because right now it's too hot, but this evening I'll spray when it's cool, and then I'll spray again in the morning. And it does, you know, it keeps it balanced, right? Because, you know, you got, like if you look at all the leaves, it looks wonderful. But then every so often you'll see like this one been eaten, right? So I like to take these off, give a good spray. This black stuff on here, that's just compost from the banana. But I like to, this is how I monitor, right? So when I start my spray, and you know, I was doing good. I wasn't getting too many messed up leaves, but I've been so busy at work. I only been running down and watering and just, you know, checking out the plants and leaving, but not really spraying like I was, you know. So, you know, you get off the job and here they come like, oh, she's asleep. Let me come and eat some of her leaves. So today I'm off. So I said, I'm going to come down here and take some of the ones that the insects are eating. That way I can monitor. If I start seeing a lot more, then I say, wait a minute, there's a lot over here, but not too bad. Wow, not looks like the cherry tomatoes are ready to come on out. And speaking of the tomatoes, I want to give Krista a shout out for her channel was Almost a Green Acre. Just an amazing person. I appreciate her allowing me to see her tomatoes, you know, because sometimes, you know, family, we do these videos every week, and sometimes you may feel like, well, I already showed that. No, I like to see progress, because some of us were struggling with our tomatoes, right? We're struggling. We want to know how things are going with your tomatoes. So I like to see, you know, just the updates. And, you know, even if you did it last week, hey, you know, from week to week, it could be something huge. Just like, look at this. I did these, right? I used that fertilizer that Krista was talking about. And if you didn't see my results, wow, look at this, family. Look at this. Man, go check out my recent video about the fertilizer, how I applied it, and the results. And look at the results now. This is a few days later, and look at all the chili. It's just coming out. This is the Serrano chili. Look at that. I gotta pull these out. These are the Serrano chili. I got the Thai dragon down here. Look at that. It's getting bigger. This is the Thai dragon. All this is chili coming out. Look at that. All this is chili coming out. And I got the Thai dragon down there. And it's just amazing, you know, how that fertilizer worked. I mean, the garden is just doing fantastic. But I just want to thank Krista. On her recent video, she mentioned that I really did like to see the updates, you know, even if it's, you know, been a week later or so, because, you know, like that tomato I was showing you, it finally started coming out. Like this tomato, remember I was struggling with this tomato plant? I just could not get any tomatoes. Then finally one came up, and then I put that fertilizer Krista had told us about, and all of a sudden I got another one. Look at that. So I love to just kind of, you know, see what's happening, you know, if you have time. You know, I know that, you know, we're all in different places. Some of you guys are in Canada, some of you guys are in California, some of you guys are in North Carolina, Florida, Indiana, wherever you are. Matter of fact, put in your, oh, some of you guys are in New Jersey, New York. You know, put in the comments where you're from. Again, I'm in Sacramento, California, and I just love to see, you know, what's happening, because I may be struggling in the area. Like, what you're growing may not be working for you, and I'm thriving over here. It might be something I'm doing different. Like Krista, she's been up in her fertilizer, you know, doing a little bit more aggressively with her tomatoes and her chilies, and it's starting to flower up. And that's the problem I was having with these tomatoes. It would flower up, but then nothing would come. It was just weird. And I was a day or two away from throwing away the plant. I had to get rid of a couple of them that were just yellow. I did everything I could, fertilize, cut the bottom, all that, changed areas, and it just didn't work. But this particular one day, you know, the little tomato popped out, and I said, okay, well, let's just keep it going and see how it goes. And then I'll come over here, and these tomatoes are just doing wonderful. And then a couple of weeks ago, I got the ones out of here, the big beef, and those were wonderful, just delicious. So sometimes we have issues with certain plants, and we thrive with other ones. I just love to see how you're doing. So I appreciate Krista just sharing, you know, and what she's doing. And just to let you guys know, I put that fertilizer, that yeast fertilizer, in everything. Meaning, when I say everything, I mean my fruit trees. Here's my blueberries. I put it in the blueberries. I put it in the mint. I put it in the strawberries. I put it in the avocado plants. I put it in the sweet potato. I put it in the lemon tree. I put it in the orange tree. I put it in my fig tree. I put it in all the grapes. I put it in the nectarines. I put it all over. Ain't that right, Big Tommy? Yeah, ain't that right, Boo Boo? I see you. I see you, Boo Boo. So some of you guys may put the fertilizer just in the vegetables. I just want people to know, if you do have a fruit tree or something else that you like to try it, go for it, because I did it in mine. There's another nectarine tree. This is, you know, this is that one. Remember the one that had spider mites in it? It had spider, and it was yellow, and the store, it was 50% off. Well, family, I took it home and just babied it and fertilized it and repotted and everything. And wow, look at this guy, nice and green. I think probably a couple of these trees are probably going to start losing their leaves and go in their dormant time. But right now, the plant is happy. He's happy. I don't have him in the sun all the time, but the sun he does get sun over here, and plenty of water, and it's just doing great. It's doing great. So yeah, family. But anyway, before I go, let you see what I decided to do with that banana plant. Let's go check it out. Well, family, it's been a long day in the garden. It's been a lot of fun. And White Paul, you're still relaxing. But anyway, family, I decided with the banana plant, I decided to move the plant that was there. I put it over here because it doesn't need as much light. And I'm going to go ahead and instead of keeping the banana plant here, I'm going to go ahead and keep it right there at the window. So all day it can get the light. And I think that'd be better. That's what's so awesome about doing these collabs, you know, being able to just share your ideas and getting ideas while you're sharing them. Hey, look at look at White Paw. She actually moved. Look at White Paw. You had fun today, White Paw? Well, you want to say goodbye to everybody? We want to thank you for just sharing, you know, that wonderful garden tour Saturday with us. We had a great tour. Now you're touring, you want them to tour your belly? She's a good girl. We love White Paw. We love White Paw. All right, family, thank you guys so much. Hit that like, smash that notification bell, and subscribe to your sister channel. Thank you guys so much for just hanging out with me and just doing an update. All right. Peace out.